All right, great. Let's begin. Good evening, Om.
Good evening, sir.
How are you?
I'm good.
Okay. All right. Om, tell me something about yourself.
Sir, thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Om Singh. I come from a joint family who basically lives in Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. I have done my graduation from NIT Calicut in CSE department, after which I have started my corporate journey from Nokia as a GET. Then I switched my job to my current role in Qualcomm, where I worked in power, like target power team. I worked as an associate engineer in their XLRI devices segment. And regarding my hobbies, I'm pretty much into trying a lot of different sports. I have even played international hockey tournament as a vice captain during my college days. And apart from that, I pretty much follow a lot of cricket, and that's pretty much about me.
Okay. Okay. All right. What is a GET, Om?
GT is graduate engineer trainee.
Graduate engineer training. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So you were in Nokia for about 9 months and then you quit to join Qualcomm, is it?
Yes.
In Qualcomm, how many months have you spent?
It's like my work anniversary in 2 days, 1st March.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it's coming to a year.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. How has your experience been in Qualcomm?
It's really nice. It was pretty new team. To be honest, when we joined this team, it was like approximately 2 or 3 people only joined before me, and those were also just 2 or 3 months of having the experience. And everybody was coming from the different zone because there is no power engineer as such. Now there are demand coming in for these engineers, but there is no very much people who is already, I would say, having knowledge for in this domain. Now even the Google, Apple people are hiring, because now everybody want their processor to work very fine, work for longer hours. So that's why these new capability is coming into the picture, especially into the IT field. But yeah, when we joined, it was like still it is a new thing. But when we joined, it is pretty new. If you go Google the problem you're facing, you won't be able to find anything as such out of it.
Okay. What's your role again at Qualcomm? Sorry, say that again.
So they come up with the chip, everything is sorted, the features are developed, everything is there, but then there come a need for a performance engineers, like who test the performance, and if there is anything going wrong on the performance side, they will try to mitigate and they will try to come up with whatever the initial requirement was. So that is for the performance team. But now at the same time, people are now pretty much into the power as well. To increase the performance, are we utilizing more power than expected or more power than industry standards? So that's when this team comes into the picture. Like initially, if you would even ask me for the like how Qualcomm is approaching towards this team, like from last approximately 12-15 years, it was very small team, let's say 5 or 7 members, one member for one chip. Let's say if they are coming it like in the market, they call it Snapdragon 865 or whatnot, right? So, but inside the names are different. So I would, let's say, take one name for Palima. So Palima is a chip. So for that, there is only one engineer. So what their job was just to test and give the numbers. That's all. We have specific instrument which will go into the rail level data, like which rail utilizing how much power, and then at the end they give it to you. So there was no much debugging going into things. It was just kind of number they were, so that they could project it to the customer. That's all. Nothing much debugging and no improvement as such happening. It was just kind of testing team. We are testing the numbers and giving it out. If there is very much, let's say the numbers are missing by 200% or something, then debug something, take into the ballpark, and then we are done. That was from last 12 years. That was what was happening. But let's say if just after the COVID, from 2021, they started hiring, and now we are almost 5 times. Like if you go with the Qualcomm numbers are pretty much more or less same from last 5 years. Yeah, globally their head count is increased, not increased by much, I would say. 40K. But our team has increased a lot in that.
Okay. All right. So again, your job is to sort of optimize for power efficiency. Is that correct?
Yeah, for the processors.
Okay. You did mention AR VR space in the beginning.
Yes.
What is that?
So basically now different customers are there who are who require their AR processors from us. So our like the chip on which I am currently working, the customer is Meta. Metaverse we have heard of, right? So they need that chip. So like they are come on like the base they will take from the Qualcomm. On top of it, they will integrate their softwares and then a lot of things go on top of it. But the silicon they want is from our side. Silicon or device, the processor we say, right? That processor will go from the Snapdragon.
Right, and this processor is used in which? So, for instance, you're working for Meta. So, which product of Meta does this chip utilize it in?
That metaverse is a new domain they are coming up with, right? Their spec is there. So for that specs only, that processor is required, right?
What is that specs? What is that specs called?
They even calling like metaverse is the name for their universe, and pretty much the name is not pretty much sorted from their end. For if you're asking,
there's no name for that hardware.
The hardware they are saying AR devices, VR devices, or if they are giving any explicit name, sorry, I just can't.
Are these devices already there? The AR VR devices in the market?
Yes.
Which are the popular devices in the market right now?
I would say there is a device for which Snapdragon only provided the solution that is coming up from the Lenovo side.
No, so give me names.
Lenovo is the vendor, and they are calling it as a VR device where they are coming up with, like, let's say one USB will come out of your laptop.
I don't need to know the details. I just need to know the names of these devices in the market right now.
They are like if you are asking me the explicit name, sorry, I don't know. But
what is Oculus?
Oculus. I guess I heard it like one of the AR VR device. Right. But I don't know which vendor providing it basically. For the time being. Sorry.
Okay. All right. No, that's fine. Okay. All right. So you're in the AR VR sort of chip department or whatever.
Currently, like it's like the team is full. Like the full team is working on all the more or less whatever processor going out of the Qualcomm will come to our team and will go. But currently, I am on AR VR.
Okay. So now let's talk a little bit more about Qualcomm, right? So is Qualcomm a publicly listed company?
Yes.
Okay. Can you give me an idea of the current share price?
Yeah, it is 127 to 130, something in between.
Okay. And give me an idea of their financials. If we talk about, let's say, the last year or the recent quarter, just give me an idea of the financials.
Okay, so recently we had all hands with the full team and with the full Qualcomm and within the team for this power side. So the financials are looking pretty much okay.
Okay.
But I would tell you what the COVID brings onto the table for us, like how these layoffs are going on. So what Qualcomm?
No, I want numbers.
Okay, you want numbers. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So last quarter, like I don't know the exact number, but year on year their growth was approximately 25%.
Okay.
And they were projecting that this first financial quarter of this year would go down because they have already sold the chips of future. What does that mean is because initially when this COVID came into the picture, we were not able to fulfill the due to this the supply chain problems, we were not able to fulfill the demand. So they were actually bidding for higher numbers. Like if they want 100 chips, they were bidding for 200 chips. So finally we got that silicon thing sorted, and then we delivered all the 200 chips. So now in the market, the future chips are already sold. So now they have to put into the product and sell it out. So that's why we were thinking that first quarter would be really difficult, and the same is the case with the future 2-3 quarters. But luckily that didn't happen. Basically, we already diversified our network in the Qualcomm. Like we are now into anything you name it, and we have.
Sorry to interrupt. I have a specific question. So you said year over year the growth is 25%.
Yeah.
This was for Q4, is it?
Yeah, for last year. Yeah.
That was Q4.
Yes.
So Q4 2022.
Yes.
Okay.
Because in US they go that way, right?
Correct. Do they follow? So what calendar does Qualcomm follow?
Jan to December.
Jan to December, right? So that was Q4. Okay.
Yes.
So Q4 the growth was 25%. Can you give me an idea of the revenue and profit in Q4?
Sorry, actually, I don't know the numbers exactly.
Okay. Okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine. Where does Qualcomm's major revenue come from?
Basically, they are into the modems. Basically, most of even the Apple is using our modems in the time being. So IoT is one major sector. But as I told you, diversification, right? So diversification is very big role to play in coming years for Qualcomm. So they are now into everything because they know that there are more players coming into the mobile chipset domain. Like we have MediaTek. Now Apple is already coming up. Now Google is coming with G2, their new processor. So we know this is going to be really crowded because more than one is already crowded in the industry we are currently in. So that's why they are going into the different sectors. Where that is where our products like for AR VR is coming into the picture. Then automobiles is the next big thing.
But the major revenue streams are, you said modems, right?
Yes, still from the modems.
And still modems. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. And
this is onto the path. We are still on the path of diversification.
Correct. And who are Qualcomm's major competitors?
MediaTek, especially in US market.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And give me other competitors.
Like then Apple comes up with their own processor. Then Google is also coming up, but still not very much into the race. But yeah, they are catching up into the race.
Okay. Okay. All right. Sounds good. So you have about roughly under 2 years of work experience, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Why do you want to do an MBA now?
Basically, like after working for approximately 2 years, like I could easily say that like I am quite good at problem solving. Mm-hmm. So now, like after looking at these 2 years, after analyzing, I could easily say that the theoretical knowledge that we got at college, there were a lot of noise around that we are not getting the up-to-date knowledge and all those, but still those are helping very much. In any domain you go, any new domain you try, that basics are quite the same and that will definitely help. But now I feel it's time to increase my domain, increase my spam area and go for some customer-centric roles. Like for the time being, what is actually happening, people like, let's say my manager will come to me with a feature. They will tell me that this is the feature, this is the problem that they are facing, and this is the feature. If we implement it in this manner, we would be able to solve the problem for the customer. But now I want to go a step back and more closer to the customer and want to discuss with them their issues and want to understand their problem and come up with the problem statement which really could solve their problem. Right. And like give them the feature options which could solve their problems better. And for that, I would say that this MBA degree, even though it would be most of the part would be theoretical, there would be some practical part in the internship and all, but this would really come handy to me.
Okay. Okay. All right. Post MBA, what are your career plans?
Post MBA, like as I told you, I want to go for some customer centric job. So product management is a field where like I see a lot of potential, which would be into the customer centric, but I am still open with my options. Like it is not like I am very much into that. Like how, like as I told you, like I don't have much knowledge about the MBA. So once that those theoretical knowledge will come to me, I would be in better position to take those decisions.
Okay. Okay. So product management, right? You're saying you have an interest in product management.
Yeah.
Define the product manager's role in your own words. What do you think are the core roles and responsibilities?
Okay. First of all, the team will always be there with you. There are team's responsibility. So you are answerable to your team, which is working under you. So that is one thing to do. Then as a product, like that product, how the customer will behave for that product, how customer will react onto that product, that is also come under my domain. Then I would say, like, let's say if I'm making something which is going to some other vendor, it is not B2B, it is not B2C, it is B2B. In that case, I would be having one stakeholder to whom I have to talk and I have to define the features, like how they are looking towards those features and how I am looking towards it and how I could give them a better solutions and options, which would eventually help them give a better experience to their customers. So those are the things which I could for the time being, could say that those are my role. And I am very much open to explore the future, like what holds in those roles.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. So you have an interest in economics, right? Om, you mentioned that.
Yeah.
You said that you opted for it in your undergraduation as well, and you've been interested in it since then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So tell me one thing. Since you have an interest in economics, right? You must have followed the budget very closely.
Yeah, I could say like I have seen the budget overview.
All right. Very quickly, tell me the top 3 highlights from this year's budget.
Top 3, I would say we are investing in future.
Yeah.
Like that infrastructure and stuff. We are like taking huge loans for that, but yeah, we are investing in future, so that would be having a good returns. I would say we are going towards green energy. That is, I guess, a really good initiative because future is green for sure. Then third would be we have started looking into the AI stuff, like not by much, but I would say it's a good to start with because we India as a whole were lagging in that department, I would say. So yeah, it's a good start.
Okay. All right. We seem to be entering into a recession, right? Globally and India as well. In terms of recession, what do you think are the indicators that a particular economy is entering into recession?
The first of all, your GDP might not go plus, it may go negative or will be flatten up.
Yeah,
that is one thing. Then the unemployment rate will start rising. That is a huge indicator. And then the purchase order value of everything what consumer are trying to buy will go down drastically. And then people will go into a kind of protection mode where they won't go for luxury stuff. Like I'm not talking about the 1% of the population, leave them apart, but 99% will go into a place where they would start spending wisely what they want, what they don't want. So like a semi-luxury stuff will see a sharp drop in their numbers. Let's say I would give the example of car, then real estate. Those numbers will be going dropping drastically. And yeah, so there will be a lot of like mess up around when these things comes into the picture.
Okay. All right. Let's talk a little bit about basics of economics, right? Are you aware of the demand curve and the supply curve?
Yeah, like demand, like.
Can you draw the demand and supply curve and show it to me?
Okay. Demand and supply. Once again. Demand, supply. This is demand. Like, okay, I should have mentioned something here. Okay, once again, demand, supply. So demand goes down. Okay, price. This is demand. Yes, this is on the x-axis. I'm having the price, and the curve which is coming down is demand, and the curve which goes up with price is supply.
Okay. So why does the demand curve slope downwards?
Because it is inversely proportional to price in most of the time. We even have the exceptions, but yeah, for most of the consumer goods, the demands, like basically when price increases, demand goes down.
Okay. And why does the supply curve slope upwards?
Supply curves goes upward, like because the demand goes down. So that means the consumption is coming down. So the supply will eventually, like even if it is constant, it will definitely show up curve. And then there will be more player who would be coming into the picture as the price goes up. So that is also one of the reasons.
So supply curve goes upwards because, but that part wasn't clear. Why does supply curve slope upwards?
Because one is demand. As the demand goes down, the consumption consumption goes down. So basically, the things will what things comes into the market will stay for a longer period. So supply basically increases in that way.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Talk to me about the law of diminishing marginal utility.
Sorry, sir. Like I don't know.
You didn't learn this in economics? You sure? Think about it.
I might have learned, but it's already 4 years. So
okay. Okay. All right.
Since then, like I have never, like I was very much interested in taking it forward. Like I was pretty much into the debates and all. Even I had talked with my professor to have this debate in some future semesters as well. But then COVID hits in, and then didn't.
Okay. Okay. Which stream did you do your engineering in? You're a computer science engineer, is it?
Yes, CSE.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about data structures, Om. Tell me about the different data structures that you learned in CSE.
The simplest one I would say is stack, leap, sorry, leap, nothing is called leap, stack, queue, then string, linked list. Those are pretty much the basic ones.
What else? There's another basic one that I think we are skipping right now.
Binary tree.
What else? What else?
Okay, binary tree. We are missing something. Binary tree, binary tree.
Arrays are not data structures?
Sorry, array. Okay, sorry. String, I told array. I just missed it. Okay. Sorry, arrays.
Okay. Okay. What's a linked list?
Linked list is a kind of data structure which is having two things into it. One is the data which we try to store in that, and the second is the address to the next node of it.
Right.
Because yeah.
Okay. Okay. So give me a real life application of a linked list.
Real life. I can give is like. Okay, I never thought about it before. Just give me a minute to just think over it. I would say bank. Where you go for some work to be done, but there you go to reception. That is having the data of receptionist. Receptionist data is stored there, but then they will go tell you that okay, now you can go to that counter number 11 where you would have your next things to be done.
I didn't mean an application in that sense. I meant like linked lists are data structures that are used in software engineering, right?
Okay. In that sense you mean okay, fine. Okay, fine. Sorry, I took it another way.
Yeah.
Okay, in that way, like pretty much everywhere we are using it. Like for linked list, let's say what like in that way I would say even the Google map is using it. Like it is storing the data as well as having the data like where you should head towards the next. Like even at a turn they tell you okay, now you are at a turn, now you have to go right. So they have the direction for that. So pretty much most of the stuff is linked list only.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Give me the 4 building blocks of object-oriented programming.
4 building blocks. That is okay. Base was not there. Blocks. Sorry, I missed it.
The 4 pillars of OOPS.
Yeah, I have learned it, but sorry, it just completely slipped.
No problem. Okay. All right. Okay. So where are you from, Om? Which city are you from?
I am from Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. Okay. Yeah, people say Kasi as well.
Correct. Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. Got it. You were born and brought up there?
Actually, I born in Mumbai. I've been there for initial 4 years. Actually, my dad had a business there, but then something happened and we went back. So now currently my father is a farmer and we are living there in a joint family.
Okay. All right. So all right. Let's talk about this. So UP, of course, is it the biggest state in India?
No, Rajasthan is, but yeah, it is one of the biggest in the. If you go by the distance, it's spread around. It's the longest.
By the area, right?
Not by the area. It is like from east to west. The coastal line is just too long.
In terms of population, is UP the biggest state?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and in terms of area?
In terms of area, Rajasthan is the biggest.
Rajasthan is the biggest state. Okay. All right. So UP's contribution to India's GDP, how much does UP as a state contribute to India's GDP? What do you know?
Sorry, I don't have that data handy.
That's fine. Tell me the major drivers of UP's economy. It's based on what?
It's based mostly on agriculture.
Okay.
Even though farmers' conditions are not very great there, but still we are mostly dependent on agriculture.
Okay.
And now we are coming up with some IT firms as well. Once the Yogi government came into the picture, now they are opening up doors for different IT firms. Even though we had Noida there, but
Right.
that was not contributing much, I would say. Like basically, those development were restricted towards the western part of UP. Eastern was still into the agriculture and those stuff. But yeah, after Modi government, the infrastructure is enhanced like huge. So I'm expecting there would be a shift.
Okay.
Like IT firms will try to come in and there, because most of the people most of their human resources are still coming from those states only, UP and Bihar. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So for their comfortableness, they may try to go there maybe in next 5 years down the line or 10 years. I'm expecting them to come.
Okay. Okay. Can you tell me the neighboring states of UP?
Yeah, it's Bihar, MP. Then Delhi is also there.
So give me like on the east, west, north, south, if you can just.
Okay, fine. East we have Bihar. Then north we have Nepal. So fine. Then
is Nepal a state?
No, it's not there. So that's why I'm saying Nepal is there in the east.
Give me states. Give me neighboring states.
Okay. So in the south we have MP. Then in the west we even have some part of Rajasthan common. Then Delhi is there. Then Himachal is Uttarakhand is there. Uttarakhand just parted away. Uttarakhand, Delhi.
Okay. When did UP and Uttarakhand split?
Sorry, I don't know.
Any idea, just in terms of a year?
1970s, I would say, some emergency time. Maybe like it's just complete guess.
Uttarakhand broke out of UP in the 1970s.
Like I'm just guessing. I just don't have any idea about it.
Okay. We'll talk about it. That's fine.
Okay.
Now, in the recent past, tell me two headlines, any headlines, I mean, business or non-business, sort of current affairs that you've read in depth in the recent past.
One is layoffs in the IT firms. Second is Adani Hindenburg.
Okay, so let's leave out layoffs. So Adani Hindenburg, you've read in depth?
Yeah, like pretty much.
Okay. Can you explain to me the concept of short selling?
Yeah, short selling. It is like there is a person who is having a lot of stock of different firms. Let's say those are the lenders, and then there are consumers. So and there is a short seller in between. So what the short seller will do, they will pay the borrowing money to the lender and borrow a lot of stock from them, and will without buying anything, they are basically selling it to the customers. So and then once the share price goes really down, then they will take the shares from the customers, like from the open market. They will try to buy it, and then they will give it back to the lenders.
Okay, awesome. We'll end the interview here.